people, welcome to the last and final part of my airport travel essentials series. And as the title suggests, in this one I'll be talking about the essential carrying items, because you do not want to be stuck in the middle of a layover, because stuff happens when you're flying, right? So you don't want to be cold that you'll get stuck for 5 hours and you cannot access your things. So these in my book are the essential things that I think everybody needs to have with them in case of anything, just in case of anything, or in case you get to stuff happens again. As I said, stuff happens. You might get to your destination, then at the baggage claim area you do not get your bags on time, the checked in bags on time. So this is basically supposed to be there to cover that portion of emergencies. Like, you want to pack things that you will need for at least the first 24 hours that you're there in case of such situations. So first things first, for girls you need your makeup bag. Maybe for men that will be a grooming set. So in here I just have like the small essentials. That's like my pair of glasses, since as I said earlier, this series was inspired by my trip to Hawaii. So you're gonna need your glasses there because hey, it's gonna get sunny. Then we have a tiny makeup bag that just has like my lip shine and my hair ties, so just like small things. Then moving on from the makeup stuff, you need the emergency kit. We're in COVID times right now, so we want to watch out for ourselves, because we are our best advocates. So if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? So in my emergency slash first aid kit slash whatever kit, I have a few things. So I have masks. I don't need to explain why we need masks at these times. I have sanitary pads, and for those who are sexually active, you probably want to have like condoms in here. I'm not gonna explain that as well. And this is just like a tiny perfume. It's like a tiny roll-on in case you need to freshen up, especially if the flight has been a little bit longer. And these are like my pills in case you need pills. Like let's say you have a dose. Like, you don't want to just carry stuff that will suffice you for like the morning, let's say. Then you're stuck and you need to take your pills and they're not available. So for me, these are just like my vitamins, but I usually think it's very necessary to like have them in my carry-on bag. And it's a little cute organized set that goes from Monday to Sunday. And it's good if you're traveling like for a long time too, because it keeps you in that routine even if you're not at home. And my nail filer, because yes, sometimes stuff happens, nails break. You don't want to be caught in a safety issue. So I have this part is not a must honestly, but I have a nail polish in my makeup bag. So sometimes if I need to like retouch things real quick, I do that. Here's my thing with nail polish: you either do it or don't do it, because if you have like 4 nails looking good and 1 nail looking bad, that's not elegant, first of all. So you kind of want to take care of things over there. And this is like just for like dental hygiene. So we have like my mint gum. I have like earbuds, because you don't want to be one of those people who like, okay, it was cool and stuff when we were younger, but we're too old right now. Or even if you're young, it's good to start practicing early. Okay, it's too like, you don't want to be caught in the airport doing the when you're what's this when you're oh my god, I wanted to say reproductive system. When your respiratory system is doing stuff, you kind of want to have like things that will help you, assist you, and not use your fingers and all that. That's disgusting. So that's in my tiny lady, like not lady bag. Everybody should have this. I think even men should have this. So that's in my tiny like emergency slash SOS kind of kit. And of course you need to be smelling fresh, and that's like my perfume. Then beside my perfume, I have this is another lip shine. I don't need to go through that. This is like a safety sanitized wipe, not a safety sanitized wipes. Then what else? Okay, where is my sanitizer? Maybe I need to pack my sanitizer. Oh, here we go. So sanitizer. Again, I don't need to explain the times we're in. So you need your sanitizer. And while we are at sanitizer, my pet peeve is adults trying to hang sanitizers like babies on it, like sanitizers on the little leash. Like, grow up, people. Get a good purse. Put your sanitizer in there. Welcome to my TED Talk. Anyways, moving on. So I have a journal. I journal a lot, especially now that I'm back in YouTube. Sometimes you just be stuck somewhere and ideas come to your head. So this is where I put in my ideas, or if I feel like putting in some thoughts. So journal, like you need a journal, like especially if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you kind of need an outlet. So for some people that might be a book. For me, I listen to audiobooks a lot, so I already have that covered in my phone. But sometimes some ideas just blend so well when you're writing them down, so that's why I have my notebook. But that might not be everybody's cup of tea because people have different ways of taking notes now, considering the electronics have really evolved. So that being considered, pack a book or something. But if you don't have to, like, this is not a must. This is like more of like a want kind of situation. Then moving on, these are my makeup brushes. And that's like not at the airport because I don't do makeup at the airport, but it's in case you're stuck again going somewhere, you kind of need your pick me up, you know. Yes, your bags are lost or they will arrive 24 hours after you're at your destination. You don't want to be that person who is grumpy on your first day of vacation just because your bags are delayed. So this kind of helps pick that up in case your stuff is stuck. And of course, this is my hairbrush. You use this even when you're at the airport or even when you get to your destination. Then we have moisturizer. I have like a small size moisturizer that I use. This moisturizer works in all situations. It has like SPF in it, so will good for you. Then these are okay. I might get a little backlash in this, but I use baby wipes in place of makeup wipes. I don't use the scented baby wipes. This is like aqua, so it's just water. It doesn't have smell. It's not scented at all. So I use this in place of makeup wipes because I feel like with time I've noticed that it's less harsh to my skin because, come on, it rubs the baby's bum. It doesn't get safer than that, okay? And the brand that I use is Pampers. But then if you have makeup wipes, in case you're, going to do number one, it also comes in handy to clean yourself up. So for me, it kind of doubles down. It's kind of like double dipping in both, but you might need your makeup wipes as well if using baby wipes is not your cup of tea, which I understand. I totally understand. This is just a me thing. Then you need to have your electronics baggies. So these are just in my small purse, like my shoulder purse, because I'm back in YouTube again. So this is like my emergency battery and charger. This is like my tripod in case I have to capture something and I'm in motion. So this kind of helps in stability and bring you people good looking content, okay? So that's it for my baggies. But for like the tiny carry-on bag that you can drag, some people it's more like a duffel bag, some people it's more like a backpack. This is more like the small items. You know how you allow 2 items at the airport? This is more like for the small items. So for that bag, you kind of want to, my advice would be keep it light because sometimes I don't typically purchase stuff duty-free, but some people prefer to buy stuff duty-free. So if you leave it open, it kind of gives you room to put your duty-free purchased goods, because I don't understand why you should be walking around with a lot of bags around. First of all, you're risking losing things because you're all over the place. In the airport, you're already all over the place as it is, so you don't want to add on to that by having things all over you. So if you try your best to keep that bag super empty, you have room to keep your things, then that way they're secure. That way you're sure you only have your 2 items for conveniency as well as to avoid losing things. So this is my electronics bag. As I say, you don't need too much, but I probably carry a lot because I use a lot of electronics because of my nature of work, like my career. I use a lot of electronics in my nature of work. Then my personal stuff, I use a lot of electronics in like editing and stuff. So I don't want to be stuck somewhere where I could be productive. So what I do is pop a laptop, then do something, and I don't like to. I like to separate my content creation with my work. So those are like two separate laptops. So you can imagine how annoying it is at the TSA having to go and take out like 3-4 laptops. It's not fun. Okay, not 4 laptops, maybe 2 laptops and a tablet. So in my electronics bag I have, yes, we have earpods right now, but sometimes they run out of charge, so I just have like the old-fashioned earphones just in case, then the actual earpods, my mouse in case I need to work, then what else? I have my power bank, then I have another lipstick in here even though I have a makeup bag. Wow, I got 2 power banks. That's how you know I'm an overachiever, because you're not trying to be caught slipping. This is just my iPad pencil, and I have like a normal ink pencil. What is the tampon doing here? Anyway, so that's it, and I have a spoon. I don't get it, but I just came back from a different trip, so maybe I was eating something, or maybe I had an extra spoon. I don't know, but there's a spoon here. If I get an explanation to why there's a spoon here, I'll put it down below. And I have a speaker. So this is not something I typically put in my carry-on bag. It just so happens that I'm going to Hawaii. Sorry I keep mentioning that, but wouldn't you too if you're going to Hawaii? I mean, come on. So I just carry my speaker because, you know, for vibes. You might be stuck on a beach, you might be stuck on a walk. You want to make it loud, especially if you're in a space that's like you're only person around, or maybe just having a beach day. You know, you kind of want to be feeling the music, even if, okay, maybe it's not music for you, maybe that's like calming meditation stuff. It's always good to have it in a speaker than in a phone, in my opinion, but not in a place where you're disturbing people's peace, people who are around you. So you need to be mindful of that as well. Then this is my emergency shower kit. I already talked about this in either part 1 or part 2 of this video series. I do not need to repeat that again. You need to have your own toiletries, but in case you're there and the airport, I mean not the hotel room or Airbnb or wherever you're staying has like options that don't irritate your skin, or they don't seem like, sorry to say, sometimes too cheap. Sometimes it's too cheap that it's really bad for your skin, because again, those places are just trying to save costs. You might want to use your own home product. So here is just like tiny versions of like stuff that I use at home. And so that's like shampoo, that's like lotion, and that's like hand cream. That's like, what else do we got here? This is another like lotion, and never has to have too many masks, right? I have another mask in here. So toiletries. Then I have toothpaste in here as well, and my toothbrush. You don't need to see that. So that's for toiletries. And when you're in the sky, especially if you're not traveling like first class, because not everybody's there yet, me included. So you kind of need to be prepared for those conditions. So you need to have things that will keep you comfortable. For me, that's my neck pillow. You need your neck pillow. I mean, even for people in first class or business class, whatever, sometimes might not be the most comfortable. It always never has to have a neck pillow, but especially for those fellas that go to the back with me, you need your neck pillow, because sometimes shit gets real back there. Talking of comfort, you also need a comforter. This is so comforting. I do not know how to tell you guys. So I always carry this, again, especially if it's a long flight. If it's like a 90-minute flight, maybe I will not carry it. But if it's like a 3-hour plus flight, you probably need your blanket because it gets cold. The higher you go, even if the weather is nice wherever you're going, but when you're high in the sky, it gets cold. So you might need a blanket, because sometimes I once asked, can I have a blanket? They said, no, we don't offer blankets. And they had blankets. The first class people have blankets. That I felt that. So now I choose to give myself first class experience even when I'm not flying first class. And then again, on the comfort side, you might need socks as well if you put your legs under there, because sometimes it's just so small for you to put your legs up for comfort. So I have like my really like cozy winter socks for that. But that has to be like to some very extreme situations where I wear the socks. Then this is like a change of outfit. Again, as I said, in case your bags are stuck, you kind of need that pick me up. So for me, I just carry one outfit, and I'll probably, this does not have lingerie in here, but I'll probably pack like a pair of lingerie as well, just to be safe, or in case you have like a 20-hour flight and have a layover in between, you kind of like want to freshen up, so you might want to change. So you kind of want just that pick me out outfit. And yeah, we already talked about electronics, and I think I've covered about everything. In case I left anything, please comment down below and let me know what you think of this series. If you want to see more stuff like this, please let me know down below as well. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's grow our community, people. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day wherever you are, or should I say aloha, mahalo, I don't know. I'm gonna learn the language when I get there, and please stay tuned for my Hawaii videos because it's gonna be lit. Ciao.